I rented this Epiphone Les Paul Custom. We're gonna find out if it's any good. And this video is not like the other ones out there where there's 7 minutes of talking and just about 1 minute of playing. We're gonna be using 7 different amp heads here, so make sure to use the chapter markers down below so you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. And also, the signal chain is in the description. There's also going to be multiple videos for this guitar, so keep an eye out. Let's get after it. It wouldn't be a review if we didn't talk very quickly about the specs. First and foremost, we have a non-weight relieved body. We have a slab of mahogany with a binding on the back, capped off with a maple top that also has binding on the top. We have a set mahogany neck that has the slim taper profile. We also have a bound ebony fretboard with the block inlays. The logo and the diamond logo are both inlaid on the headstock. We have lovely Grover Rotomatic tuners. This is also hand wired with CTS pots, although this one has a little bit of an issue. And of course, we have the Pro Bucker 3 and the Pro Bucker 2. We also can't forget about the Epiphone lock tone tune-o-matic with a stop bar, and hey, this one doesn't buzz after you adjust the intonation. But here's 5 more sound samples. Now that we've heard 5 more sound samples, let's very quickly pop this sucker on here, and we'll appease everyone who thinks the only way that you can hear a review is, you know, with clean. So we'll do the bridge, middle, and the neck position in clean. Personally, I've always found a little more benefit with listening to some light drive or a bit of breakup, so let's listen to the pickup positions there. as I stated earlier, we've got CTS pots here. They're all hand wired. That's excellent. The only problem that you're going to find out here is that for some reason, the volume for the neck pickup goes to about halfway and doesn't actually shut off. So let's take a listen to the potentiometers to see how they respond, and look out for that neck pickup. So now that we've heard all of the different sound samples with all the different amp heads, let's actually talk about this guitar. And I kind of have to talk about this guitar in order to talk about this guitar. So this guitar here is my Gibson Les Paul Custom Showcase Edition. It's a 1988. So this is what I am used to as far as Les Paul Customs go. So when you're hearing me talk about the guitar and possible differences and the feel of things, just know this is what I'm actually kind of comparing it to in my mind. So if you hear any like negatives or anything like that, or anything that comes up that might be odd, that's just why. I'm also going to do a comparison between that one and this one. But to be honest, I'm really stretching when it comes to negatives about this guitar. This is the absolute first Epiphone that I've almost properly bonded with. This is a fantastic guitar. My mind gets a little confused at times when I'm looking at it, or when I'm looking down at it, because it looks like a Gibson, and because it's not weight relieved, and it has the Grover tuners, like, it's a very solid guitar. So I do tend to get confused every now and then. It just feels a little off to me. Every now and then, though, I am kind of rubbing in to see if I can get a little bit of that, not friction, but you know what I mean, that you generally get with nitro finish. But you don't get that little bit of resistance because it's not nitro. But it's a very comfortable guitar to play. The pickups are very, very, very well balanced. I would liken them to like the burst buggers. They may not exactly be right there, but there's not really any denying these pickups. They're fantastic. And again, because it's non-weight relieved, it's extremely comfortable for me to play. The fret edges are definitely not sharp at all. It seems to be well balanced, and it just looks freaking incredible, and it feels incredible when you're holding it. The tuners, again, are the Grover Rotomatics. So you'd find those on most other Gibsons. If not those, you'd be looking at Kluson style, the Vintage Deluxe that they have. And yeah, just basically almost everything on here is geared to make it a fantastic guitar, and I think they did a great job. If I'm absolutely nitpicking here, the neck profile on here, it's nice to have the slim taper profile. However, for me, medium C really works well for Les Paul Customs. The Gibson Les Paul Custom, like the main one that you can buy now, that has a medium C on it. This has the slim taper, and it just feels slightly off to me just because, again, I'm used to the medium C on my Les Paul Custom. But that doesn't make this bad at all by any stretch of the imagination. The body also feels a little off. I don't know what it is. It could be psychosomatic. I don't know. I could just be crazy. But for some reason, when I'm holding it, I kind of get that sense that this is a pancake body. I think, to be honest, that they would have noted that it's a pancake body. meaning that instead of just one slab of mahogany for the back, you would have two. But it probably isn't, and I'm just crazy. Also, something that could be in my crazy mind here, from the 12th to the 22nd fret, for some reason it seems that the radius is a little off. It doesn't affect playing, it doesn't affect anything whatsoever. It's just one of those things where I'm noticing just a little bit, but again, being nitpicky, but it doesn't throw me off that much. And good Lord, I adjusted the intonation on this, and it's not buzzing. The Epiphone SG Standard that I rented did not buzz either. However, the Les Paul E1 Special Satin and the SG E1 Special Satin, those, the moment that you even touch these at all, it just started buzzing. Another thing that I'm noticing here, the carved top is, it's very nice, but it seems like it's not deep enough. If I were to pick up my Les Paul Custom on its side here, I would feel a lot more of the carve. And just for fun's sake here, weight comparison, it is definitely lighter than this. But at the end of the day, does all that matter? No, not really. I'm being nitpicky when I'm doing that comparison because that's what I'm used to. This is a fantastic guitar. It's actually at a very good price. Of course, it is made in China. You do have to know that. So that's where a lot of the costs are being kept down. It could be just different types of woods that keep it a little lighter, even though it's non-weight relieved. But it is a fantastic guitar for the price, and honestly, it's just a great deal. But would I buy it? No. This makes me want to get the Ebony Gibson Les Paul Custom, which is $7,000 Canadian, which makes me a little sad because, you know, I'm trying not to buy guitars now. I'm trying to slow down on everything. But this guitar right here, the look of this, the Ebony Les Paul Custom, that was always one of my dream guitars. And the fact that I have a Gibson Les Paul Custom that's red and fantastic, feels amazing, always keeps me coming back to, should I get a second one? And I think this one right here is kind of pushing me to, you know, maybe think about getting a second one down the line. That, or, you know, the 57 Custom Shop Gold Top Les Paul Standard. Thanks for watching.